Here is the code for the iPad app. I am using Pete Goodlife's MIDI code just because it was pretty simple to implement in the iPad app to send and receive MIDI. What else? Every button has its own function because that's just the way it is. And each time you press a button, like let's say this one, you're sending note 26. That means in the grid, the intersection of 2 and 6, that's where the button is. So we're saying note 26 to make that connection in the switching matrix on the actual device. So that was 26, we have 27, all the way down to 7F. So we have from 0, 0 to 7F are all the connections. What else? This line right here actually sends the data over MIDI. This right here handles the color changing of the buttons and just the actual graphics. And also this line lets me know, keep track of what's pressed and what's not pressed. Let's look at the storyboard for the app. So this is the storyboard. This is all the buttons and everything, and all the assignments are there. So let's just say we have this button. You can right click on it. We can see that's connected to G30 for grid 30 because it's 0, 1, 2, 3 down and then the 0 row. What else? We have here a button for MIDI panic to clear the MIDI, a button to clear all the buttons, a button to make all the buttons, preset mode on or off. That allows you to make a preset and then send it, or just make a preset as you go and send it as you go, and then a naming box to name your preset and save it in the device. So here's the iPad app running on my iPad. In order to communicate with the DD6 over USB, we need to use one of these guys. This is an Apple camera connection kit. It allows you to plug a USB-A into it, and then the 30 pin right into the iPad. And since the DD6, since the microcontroller on there, the Atmel explain board is, I made it so that it's MIDI class compliant over USB, the iPad will communicate with it without needing any special hardware or being a part of the MFI program, just because it's MIDI. It's pretty nice. So, let's see what the iPad app does. Right now you see that the preset slider says preset. That means that the settings will only be sent when you save the preset. So right now I could be drawing this preset, making connections on the matrix, and it won't send until I name it. Let's call it Moog and do save preset, and that sends it to the DD6. You could also slide that over to live, and now every time you make a connection it sends it as you go. You could press the clear all button to get rid of everything and start from scratch. Or if you want to start the other way, you can press make all and then start clearing them also. If anything happens with the MIDI, just press MIDI panic. Very useful feature. And that's the iPad app. In the next video, we'll show you everything combined.